Hello, it is Saturday, December 6th, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Saturday crossword today, so we're going to be solving a tricky themeless puzzle, possibly the trickiest of the week. We'll find out soon enough, and today's possibly tricky edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Mike Williams, Brett Sandman, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. It is, of course, their generous support that sustains and supports this channel, and for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you to them and to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to do so yourself, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link. You'll find bonus videos available to patrons. And for benefactors, like those I've just mentioned, there's the Let's Check the Crosses Daily Solve official mug. Thank you so much to everybody who supports the channel at any level via Patreon. All right, let's get on to today's crossword, shall we? This is a Saturday themeless construction by Marshall Herman, who's constructed a small handful of puzzles for the New York Times. So welcome back. It's a Saturday themeless crossword, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Let's start solving, shall we? All right, pretty open puzzle. We've got some sort of stack of long answers there. It goes around in circles. I don't know. There might be more than one thing that could be in 4 letters. I don't have a great idea offhand. Closing statement, question mark. Closing statement. But it's a question mark, so it's some kind of pun. Does it mean closing, like closing a store or a bar or something? I don't know. Count me in. I'm up for it. No. Sometimes I can sort of just take a stab at those phrases and they end up being the right length, and sometimes they're correct, but not in this case. I kind of wanted to start with I, but it might not. Count me in. I don't know. Lead into some juicy gossip. Get this, or who knows, I don't know. Blank rating, chess stat. That's ELO, isn't it? Your ELO rating in chess? I think that's right. Booty. Haul? Or thinking like pirate's booty, like treasure, like a big haul? I don't know. With 23 down, bandolier, e.g. That's an ammo belt. Does that give me anything with, say this? I'm... Or I am. I don't know. If I think this is an M or an A, does that help? Oh, it would work with Hall, wouldn't it? Maybe that's right. Closing statement. That's all, folks. No, that's a wrap. That would be like ending filming or something. I don't think that's... I mean, but I don't know, maybe just closing, like finishing something in general. High-stakes oh, no, this might be right. High-stakes gambler in Vegas lingo would be a whale. That's the term for that, for such people. Sit, say, rest. As an example, so say, just an example of this. You know, sitting's an example of resting. Portrayer of Glinda in 2024's Wicked to fans. Okay, so this one must have been Ariana Grande. And then count me in. I am so there. Oops. There we go. That, I believe that's to be correct. It goes around in circles. A tire on a car. Okay, on a car wheel. Lead into some juicy gossip. Rumor has it. There we go. This is all working. Okay. Oh, what about this? Oh, right. Didn't look at this one. Chinese surname transliterating Zuo. So, okay. So there we go. So I guess these are just two different transliterations of the same name. It's odd that the way it's phrased makes it seem like one of them is a transliteration of the other, but these are both transliterations of a name that would obviously be written in Chinese characters. Anyway, that's fine. That's the answer. Treats whose name is derived from the Arabic for to drink. Oh, interesting. Sorbets? Is that right? Former President René Coty, that was a president of France. Big Apple Cathedral. St. Pete's, St. Peter's Basilica. Is that or St. Peter's Cathedral? St. Peter's Cathedral. No, that must not be right. Home to the St. Patrick. That's St. Patrick. St. Pat's. That's what I was trying to think of. That's a cathedral in New York. There we go. Okay, sorry. And then of course, home to the temple of Hephaestus is Athens. Okay, for some reason my whole brain was getting short circuited around this cross. I don't know why. But there we go. That's it. St. Patrick's. That's right. And assessor would be a rater, like someone who rates something, who assesses it. Could be. Fur trade exports are pelts. Frozen treat, an icy maybe. That's a blended ice drink maybe. Winter quaffs, spiced ales maybe, or spiced rums, or spiced wine, but we want it to be plural. Spiced ales? I don't know. Source of rhythm in electronic music. Techno loop or something? Or beat? I don't know. Singer with the top 10 albums, Crash and Brat. Oh, that's Charlie XCX. So I think whose name I think is spelled this way with Charlie like this. I think that's right. I remember when Brat came out and everyone was talking about it. Tennis duo would be ends. There's a duo, there's a pair of ends in tennis. It might go for a buck. A doe, right? So a doe and a buck would mate. American battle tank named for a general. Abrams. There's an Abrams, that's a tank name, and there would have been a General Abrams for whom it was named. Winter quaff, so yeah, it must be spiced ales. Source of rhythm and electronic music, techno beat, I guess. Court order, please rise. Yeah, please rise, right. Maybe the judge is entering the room. First name in Norse exploration, Leif Erikson, or Leif from Leif Erikson. No trouble would be ease. Dish commonly made in a Dutch oven would be a stew, in a big pot. Some would be a few. Thread organizer would be, a loom, probably? In the sense of weaving, maybe? Bread spread oleo. Like a sort of margarine or something like that, right? This is an E. Because like some car exteriors and hairy legs, they might be waxed. You might wax a car, or you might have waxed legs. Or you might wax your legs, is what I mean. Its first and second editions were published more than 60 years apart. Wow. Yeah, that must have been the Oxford English Dictionary. The compilation of the first edition of the Oxford English Dictionary is actually a fascinating story. It's sort of an early example of sort of crowdsourcing in a really interesting way. Cutters for kitchen installations. Tile saws, I guess. Yeah, that would make sense. Cut the tiles to shape, or to fit, more accurate. Yoga pants and such. Athleisure, yeah, kind of portmanteau of athletic and leisure wear. Director John M. Maybe athleisure is wrong, because isn't John M. Chu the name of a director? Am I wrong about that? Yoga, maybe active wear. Okay, there we go. So athleisure is probably more specific, and I was probably lazily applying it to yoga pants in general. All right. So toiletry kit item. Could it be an etui? I don't think that's right. Endangered African grazer. Not sure. Very fast in a way. Super something. Toiletry kit item. I don't know. Indubitably. Holder of arrows. A quiver of arrows. There we go. There's something going in the crosses. Pursuits or quests, maybe? You're on a pursuit to achieve something, a quest. Pan-athletes. I don't know. I don't know the team name of University of Pennsylvania. I'm not sure. Okay, let's look at these. These look interestingly distinctive. Many a character on Breaking Bad, right? Narco, like a drug trafficker. And then cleanse might be to detox. If you do a cleanse yourself, you might do a detox. Sacred Polynesian plants, taros, looks like. And ratty is one in The Wind in the Willows. I mean, I read this when I was young. I don't really remember enough information to be useful here. Water something. Honey and sugar for two. Pet names. You might refer to someone close to you as honey or sugar as a pet name, a term of endearment. Title film character with a lucky fin. Is it Nemo? And Pop could be your father, your dad. That stinks could be an odor. Wait a sec. Not yet, you might say. Just wait a second. Website that competes with PC Mag. CNET, I guess. CNET is a long-standing tech coverage website. Shark bait could be chum. You throw to attract a shark. Negative. Niet? No, probably not. Not I? Probably not. Who's asked the musical question, do you want to build a snowman? I think this is from Frozen, so that would make this likely to be Elsa, who's one of the characters from Frozen. That's crazy. Holy smokes, maybe? Holy something. Maybe nope is negative. Warning preceding some madness during March Madness. So March Madness is a tournament, so it could be some kind of upset. Warning preceding some madness. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't really know what it's asking for. Sorry about that. Washington and Adams in Chicago abbreviation. So those must be streets in the city of Chicago. That would make sense to me. Side effect after a barbecue meal. Informally. Meat coma, people sometimes say, or food coma. People say meat. I'm not sure actually what the phrase we're looking for here is. Wide mouth, a big mouth, a maw, an open mouth. Meat. Oh, the meat sweats. All right. Okay, I have heard that phrase. So ratty is what? Oh, is it a water vole or something like that? Upset alert. That must be okay, right? So you've got a commentator or something saying upset alert. This underdog team might pull it off. Longtime catalog purveyor would be IKEA. Yeah, furniture catalog. Having a good aura in slang. Classic arcade game. I'm not sure about that one. Classic arcade game with a pyramid. Cubert is a. I don't really remember how Cubert works, but it is a game with a kind of ziggurat-like pyramid, a sort of stepped pyramid. Having a good aura in slang. Oh, vibey maybe. Yeah. So this was Watervole, and then is it vibey? Is that having a good aura? Spot to dock would be a key, maybe. Oh, look, we've got QQQ. Will there be another one here? Longtime Nestle product. Oh, yeah, no, there is. That's funny. It's just a little flourish there in the construction. We've got quadruple Qs, appropriately, with the Q in quadruple. Longtime Nestle product. Nestle Quick is a sort of chocolate milk mix, I think. And then toiletry kit item, Q-tip, right? So a cotton swab. Endangered African grazer, white something? Yes, indubitably would be quite, without a doubt. And then pan-athletes are they Quakers? I just saw the film about the Quakers, The Testament of Anne Lee, the other day. Oh, no, sorry. Those are the Shakers. They're sorry. I saw the film about the Shakers. Much more, definitely a much more specific and smaller sect than the Quakers, which would have been historically a large group. Anyway, confused those in my mind. Anyway, endangered African grazer. What would that be? White. I don't know. Very fast in a way. Super. I don't know why I can't see that. Super. Who dat? Probably. Just asking. Hippie happening. a fest, like a festival. I don't know. I don't think that's specific enough. I'm not sure. Please, Mom, can I or may I? I don't know which actually it is, so I probably shouldn't put one in. But I can put the I in. Aussie predator would be, what's a predator in Australia? It was one of many predators in Australia. I'm not sure. In this case, email abbreviation forward FWD. No, this is going to be a C or an M. Email abbreviation, maybe BCC. Blind carbon copy. Does that help me? Hippie happening. Beat? No. Aussie predator. Crab? I don't think that's right. Very fast in a way. Super solid. Oh, this is probably can I then, if that's a C. So, oh, white rhino. There we go. That looks correct. So hippie have, oh, a bee in. Right. This sounds sort of familiar. Like a lion or a bee in. They're just sort of there. I think that's right. Supersonic is very fast, like an aircraft. Right. And then Aussie predator is a crocodile, of course. Okay. So that was it. Okay, so that was sort of, I don't know, mid difficulty as far as Saturdays go, I think. I mean, it wasn't just a total pushover, absolutely flying through it, but it wasn't as tricky as a Saturday puzzles can get, certainly. And look, we had this nice little quartet of cues. I wonder if, I mean, this must have been consciously put into the grid, but I wonder if it sort of arose where the constructor realized they had sort of two of them and then said, oh, I wonder if I can push it to 3, maybe 4, and then did. But it's just a funny little thing that arose in the grid. Obviously, it's a Saturday crossword, so it's unthemed, so I don't think that means anything. But there we have it. Good, solid Saturday crossword. Let me know how you fared with this one in the comments below the video or the Daily Solve Discord chat server. It was a Saturday rather than a Friday, so it wasn't very punny, but we did have a few good puns. Closing statement, that's a wrap. I mean, it's not very misleading, but you know, it's not the first thing that comes to mind, certainly. I think there were a couple others, but I don't remember off the top of my head. In any case, there we go. Good, solid Saturday solve. Hope you enjoyed it. And consider subscribing to the channel if you did. I'll be back tomorrow for the Sunday edition, a longer themed grid, big grid. So join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.